Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome back to another video. If you're somebody who likes to play Call of Duty competitively, and you enjoy playing the ranked modes that the games have, then you should be happy to hear that Treyarch is actually helping out with the ranked mode that Call of Duty Vanguard has. And so Sledgehammer Games and Treyarch are working together to create a ranked mode for Vanguard, which is really cool to hear. You know, I know Treyarch hasn't really been the greatest example when it comes to ranked modes, especially with Black Ops Cold War and maybe even with Black Ops 4, but you know, they did create League Play in Black Ops 2, which was considered to be the best League Play system we've ever seen in Call of Duty, and not to mention, Sledgehammer Games also made Call of Duty World War 2, which also had a ranked mode as well. And as a matter of fact, I played ranked mode back in Call of Duty World War 2, and I thought it was a pretty decent system. Sure, they could have made some improvements to make it a little bit better, but I thought it was pretty good. So seeing how Sledgehammer Games and Treyarch are coming together to create a ranked mode in Vanguard, I think sounds pretty promising, and we'll just have to wait and see how it's going to turn out. It sounds like it's not going to be released until maybe Season 2, which is a little unfortunate. I know people wish there was a ranked mode at the launch of the game, but unfortunately, we're probably going to have to wait until after the game already comes out for it to be implemented later on. And so, anyway, another thing I want to talk to you guys about is player progression in Cold War, because what's going to happen with our progression after Vanguard comes out, because it seems like a lot of people might be upset that the fact that everything is just pretty much going to be gone once Vanguard releases, since we do have like this integrated progression system. So this is a pretty good example that we saw with Modern Warfare 2019. If you're somebody who went through all the seasonal challenges, completed every single one of them, sure, you still have the emblems to show it off, but there's no actual like feature in game to actually look at your past progress and see how you did in those previous seasons. Well, the good news is that Treyarch actually made a post on Twitter and on Reddit basically explaining how the progression system in Cold War is still going to be recognizable even when Vanguard releases. And so I'm just going to read word for word on what Treyarch said in their post. Current prestige progression will be memorialized in Black Ops Cold War, Warzone, and Modern Warfare. Keep your unlocked content. All earned weapon, loadout, and prestige related content will remain unlocked. Prestige emblems and stickers. Players will retain access to all earned prestige emblems and stickers. Prestige keys. Players' prestige key collections will remain intact. Playing in any title will continue to earn prestige keys in Black Ops Cold War at every 50 season levels. Prestige shop. Prestige shop content in Black Ops Cold War can still be unlocked after Vanguard Season 1 begins. Players' current prestige status will carry forward in prestige shop requirements, so that any content that requires a prestige level will remain available based on Black Ops Cold War progression. Black Ops Cold War prestige icons will also be available in the prestige shop as custom icons. Prestige master ribbons. Players' prestige master ribbons progression will carry over into Vanguard, with 6 new prestige master ribbons being added to the system. And so that is what Treyarch had to say based on the progression system for Black Ops Cold War and how it's essentially going to be handled once Vanguard Season 1 comes out. So essentially what you can really take here is, you know, in the prestige shop, yes, there are some items like calling cards that you can't unlock unless you reach a certain master prestige level. Like, for example, there is a kill confirmed wins calling card that you can only acquire if you're level 1000. Well, when Vanguard comes out, and I guess any title afterwards, what's going to happen essentially is that you're still going to be leveling up in Vanguard, going through those prestiges, but at the same time you're still progressing through Black Ops Cold War levels as well. And so Black Ops Cold War is going to recognize that you're still leveling up and that you can essentially still reach level 1000, I guess, is from my understanding. I think they might provide more details later on like exactly how this is going to work, or maybe we'll just have a good understanding once Vanguard Season 1 does actually come out. But it's good to hear that we can still earn keys and that we can still earn items in that shop. I don't know if the prestige shop is coming to Vanguard. They have not said that yet. It would be really cool if they just brought the prestige shop with them to Vanguard, so that way we still had some of our emblems and calling cards unlocked through those keys, and we can still, of course, unlock more items later on in the game by updating the shop, by adding more blueprints, or maybe some legacy calling cards and emblems that we saw from Sledgehammer Games side of things. You know, that would be really cool. And So as much as I want to see the Prestige shop transition into Call of Duty Vanguard, I just don't see it actually happening. I believe that Sledgehammer Games has other things up their sleeves that they're going to give to players as rewards for progressing through each season, but you know, we're just going to have to wait and see how it all pans out later on. And I also want to mention how in Black Ops Cold War, I did not mind the way they handled the seasonal progression system. I personally really liked going for the seasonal challenges, even if we only got an animated calling card for completing them. I love the fact that you can complete them in future seasons rather than just completing them in that particular season. You weren't restricted to do that, and that's something I liked. However, you still had to reach, I guess, level 190 each season to have all the challenges like available for you to complete. That I'm okay with as well. And so I really liked how Black Ops Cold War handled the prestige system and the seasonal progression system we had. I really did not mind it at all. And I think the reason why I liked it so much is because it was way better than what Modern Warfare 2019 had. And this is a very, very strong opinion of mine and is honestly a huge reason why I did not like the game. But Modern Warfare 2019 was the most boring Call of Duty game when it came to player progression. The only thing to grind for in that game was like Damascus camo. And sure, yes, they added Obsidian camo, but that was so far into the game's life cycle, there was just no point of going for them. And all the kills and I guess double kills and whatever you got with guns before the update, they didn't count towards to those Obsidian camo challenges. You know, you basically had to start from scratch when they added it to the game. It was stupid how they added it so late into the game's life cycle. So either way, that was a huge thing about Modern Warfare that I absolutely hated. There was no player progression at all in the game. You would reach a level 155 and that was it. And sure, yeah, you reset to level 1 each season, but the thing is that all your creative classes stayed the same, and really the only thing to actually go for each season were those ribbon challenges, which you had to complete in that particular season, and it was honestly just not worth doing at all. It was just, there was no rewards for actually really completing all of them. Sure, you got like an animated emblem for completing it in the season, but you know, that it just was not worth it at all in Modern Warfare 2019. That was a huge reason why I disliked that game so much, and it's also the reason why I actually didn't mind Black Ops Cold War system, because it was a huge improvement upon what we had with Modern Warfare 2019. But that's not to say that I still miss the old prestige system. That is something that I really wish could come back to Call of Duty, and the reason why I miss the old prestige system is because you had to manually do it yourself, and when you got reset back to level 1, you actually had to unlock everything again. That's something we don't see now with Call of Duty anymore. Once you reach level 55, all the items are unlocked for you, all the perks, all the weapons, and you know, all the kill streaks, they're all available for you to use once you reach level 55, whereas in the older Call of Duty games, when you prestiged, you were at risk at going back to level 1 and having to unlock all those guns, kill streaks, and perks all over again, and it really like put you at essentially a disadvantage doing it, and it quite frankly would make you a better Call of Duty player in my personal opinion, where now we're just spoiled rotten, where when you first reach level 55, that's it. You don't actually have to progress anymore if you don't want to, because you already have every item in the game. Sure, yeah, future DLC weapons come out and stuff like that, which is to be expected, but you know, there was something really special about manually prestiging yourself instead of it automatically doing it for you in the middle of a match, and it really, like I said, you were putting yourself at risk at making basically the gameplay experience harder for you because you didn't have everything unlocked anymore. You had to go for them again, and you had to do it multiple times over and over and over again until you reach master prestige, and you're able to show off to everybody that you went through all that effort to basically unlock everything and then lock it all up by prestiging yourself. And one thing that was really cool about Infinite Warfare as well, I think Modern Warfare 3 did this as well, same with Modern Warfare 2, where if you were to go ahead and prestige in the main menu, and if you decided to back out at the last second, it would actually make a chicken noise, basically like taunting you for being chicken for not prestiging. And honestly, it was so cool. And one thing that was really cool that they added in Black Ops 2 that I remember, I mean, they might have done this in previous Call of Duty games, I think Modern Warfare 3 also did this, but you would earn like a prestige token, and that prestige token you could use on any item in the unlock menu, where you could unlock it permanently, so when future prestiges and when you reset your stats or reset to level 1, you would actually still have that item permanently unlocked, even though it might have been unlocked at level 30 or something like that. And so So I really enjoyed the prestige system in older Call of Duty games. It is so much better than what we have now, and I really want them to go back to the old prestige system. There was something really special about it. And here's the thing, a lot of people would argue that they like the Modern Warfare 2019 system because there wasn't a prestige system and they didn't feel obligated to, I guess, prestige to make them stand out to other players. Well, here's the funny thing, you guys, you don't have to prestige. That was the great thing about those older Call of Duty games. If you didn't want to prestige, you didn't have to. So that way, if you wanted to keep everything unlocked, you can do that. You can still play the game. It's not like the game is forcing you to prestige or anything. You can stay at level 55 if you wanted to and not prestige at all. And so that was something that I really liked with the older Call of Duty games. It gave you to the choice to prestige or not. And I love how people put themselves at risk by resetting their level to level 1 and having to re-unlock everything. There was something very unique about it, and I just really wish it would return. I really hope to God it does, and if it does, it's probably not going to return in a really long time, which is really unfortunate that that's probably going to be the case because of this whole unified progression season system we have nowadays. So anyway, you guys, that's really it for the video. I just wanted to give you some details about Treyarch on how they're helping out with the ranked mode for Vanguard, which I think is really cool, and of course how your, I guess, progression that you see with Black Ops Cold War, how it's still going to be relevant even when Vanguard does come out. And I just really want to express my opinion on how I think the old prestige system is so much better than the seasonal prestige system we see now. Even though I don't mind the seasonal prestige system, I'm totally okay with that. It's way better than what we saw with Modern Warfare 2019, so I'm glad that they're trying to expand upon it a little bit more. But I still really wish we had the manual prestige system back from the older Call of Duty games and having everything locked up again when your rank reset back to level 1. That is something that I really wish they would go back to, but unfortunately I just don't think it's going to be the case for at least a very long time. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course subscribe to the channel for more Call of Duty videos every single day, and I shall catch you guys later.